Hello everybody, my name is Infinity, and today we're making custom trees in Minecraft. This is without any kind of mods like Voxel Sniper or World Edit that people on like Bedrock might not have. This is in vanilla Minecraft, so let's begin. Okay, so first of all, I'm just making the trunk of the tree here. This is what the stem sits on top of. It's pretty important. It's the foundation of the tree. Also, at eye level, this is the first thing you're going to see if we're up close to the tree. So it's meant to kind of look like a bit like a cone shape, I suppose, and then different bits are at different levels. Obviously, it doesn't have to look like a cone. This is just what I've gone for here. And now I'm starting to make roots, which you can do with rooted dirt, but I've decided to do with the oak logs instead, just so it kind of fits better with the tree. Obviously, you can do both, but it doesn't really matter. So this is just the stem of my tree here. Obviously, you don't need to have it too big or too small. This is just the size I've decided to go for. And I'm starting to make the branches now. Now, the branches I like to do mostly diagonal because I think it looks like less uniform, a bit more rough. And you want to kind of fill the space of the top of the tree, if that makes sense. In this video recording, I don't think I put enough branches in there. Obviously, there's gaps in the middle. I could have done some at different heights over the top or something. But then, obviously, now I'm extending it up a bit just to do the upper level. So the upper level branches do look pretty similar to those at the bottom. Obviously, because this is the upper level, we might want to do them a bit smaller, or depending on the tree you're going for, maybe a bit bigger. Now, on this I'm also going for diagonal branches, just for the same effect, I guess. Now on the branches you can actually do the blocks at different levels. You don't have to be all on the same Y level. You can have a branch that varies down to different Y levels as well. That can even make it look better and obviously a bit less flat, like I've kind of done a bit here. So as you can see at the ends there, the blocks are lower down than the other ones. And I'll start to add the leaves. Now the most important, I think, tip that some people don't even do, which is really not good at all, is to cover the branches completely, as in one leaf block per side of the branches. And then you can extend the leaves up and down and left and right and all sorts. This is also diagonal. You can see I'm putting the leaves diagonally from each other and leaving gaps in the middle. Again, this is the same effect of the branches really. Makes it look a bit more rough, a bit more natural, a bit less plain and flat. And then you just kind of fill out, I guess. Hope that makes sense. And then on the ends of branches you can kind of lower them down a bit as if the leaves are kind of like drooping over the end, I guess. And then you just do that for every single branch. Now you can see quite clearly here I didn't put a branch in the middle of those two, and it does look quite spread out. Which, sometimes it can look nice. It depends on what kind of tree that you're trying to go for. Because in some scenarios it might look better and some it might not. And then you just kind of fill in the middle. This is what I've tried to do here, to try and avoid the gappiness, but it's still there, you can still see it. And then you go over the top into the middle so it all connects up nicely. But obviously you don't have to do it completely diagonally. When you do cover them, the leaves onto the branches, they're going to be at different positions, and sometimes they are next to each other. So having a bit of randomness in there is actually quite good. So it's not like a checkerboard almost, which doesn't look so good. Having a mix of the two does look quite nice. You can see at the top there I've had like a little diagonal corner. That doesn't matter. And that's just kind of the top I've done so far. Now obviously when you're building, sometimes you decide to do the top and then you don't really think about the bottom, because when you're building you're usually quite high up. Obviously I started with the top here, maybe you decide to start with the bottom. That's completely fine. And then on the ends of the branches, which I've seen quite a few people do, I do it as well quite a lot, It's just to have some leaves going down from the edges, just to seem like the weight is kind of dragging it down a bit. And then yeah, you can do this with glowberries, I'm not sure they're called, vines as well, you can also do it with. I don't know, it just makes it look a bit nicer, a bit more natural, I guess. And then, so yeah, obviously you can see in the middle there's the bit of the stem left, obviously because the branches were at the same level, which isn't as good. But you can always kind of cover this with the leaves, I guess. This is what I've done here. And you can see the tree is actually starting to take some good shape. So this is kind of the point where you're just making sure that everything is covered and most of the details are done. So obviously some bits might look better when you're looking at it first. You might go away and do something else, and then you go back and like, oh, actually that doesn't look right, so you decide to change it. Like you can see here, like that branch doesn't look quite right because it's completely separate from the main branch. So I decided, no, I'm going to edit that, and yeah, that's completely fine. Sometimes you don't get it right first try. And just making sure I've covered all of the sides here. You don't want it to look like only half of it is done, because that wouldn't be good. And then there's a bit of stem exposed in the middle there, that's fine. Sometimes it looks good with the stem a bit more exposed. And you can actually see it kind of looks a bit like the big oak trees in Minecraft. Obviously this custom tree is a lot bigger than the regular default trees in like forest or whatever. It's only about 5 blocks tall. I'm not completely sure how tall this is, but I'm saying this is maybe 15 blocks or so. And now I think, that's probably quite good. And I'm deciding to go around it and take a good look. And I think, yep, that's completely done. There's nothing more I can do. And here is basically just the entire view of the tree. And there you go. That's pretty much it done. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like. It took quite a while to make. Obviously this is only about a 7-minute video, but for me that took almost half an hour, because obviously I don't usually build custom trees. I usually do like regular buildings or something. So if you did enjoy it, please let me know in the comments below, or recommend me a different video and I can make that instead. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Infinity, and I guess I'll see you in the next video.